guys, welcome back to another Art with Alicia. Today we are going to be making these super cute Shamrock palettes. So to begin, what you're going to need is 3 different paints. So I have green, black, and white, a hot glue gun, or you could use wood glue, some craft sticks, a marker. You're going to need an outline of a shamrock itself, and you can use a paint palette, or if you just have like a paper plate or something, you could use that. And then I have a couple of paint brushes for each color. So to start off, I laid down my napkin and I took 9 popsicle sticks and I laid them out flat. Then I took my paints, so I made 5 different colored paints. So I took a lot of white and then a little bit of green to make this color right here, this middle color. To make the next color, I took a lot of white and a little bit more green than the last to make this, it's like the same color but a little bit darker. Then I took a lot of green and added just a little bit of white to make our next color. The next color, I had a lot of green and a little bit of black, and then the top color I just had a lot of black and a little bit of green to make this ombre effect. So I already have my colors mixed, and you don't have to make 5 colors. You can use just 3 colors. Maybe you just want to use only green. It's your choice. So I started off by laying out my popsicle sticks, and I counted out my paint. So I have 5 different colors. So I made 4 of the colors will be used twice and 1 color is just used once. So I'm going to take my lightest color and I'm going to paint the middle stick. So I have 9 sticks. I'm going to take the one that's in the exact middle and paint it the lightest green that I have. Next, I moved to the next darker color, so still that lighter green, just a little bit darker. And I painted the 2 popsicle sticks that's next to the middle. Then I went up to the color next to that, which would be the lots of green and a little bit of white. I also do the one on the opposite side. Now I'm going to move to the lots of green and a little bit of black color. Paint that stick. Then I'm going to move to the one on the opposite side. Get that all painted. And these paints that I have dry fairly quickly, which is good. Now I'm going to move to the lots of black, a little bit of green color. On the video it might look like it's all black, but it's just a really dark green. Now you can do one coat, you can do 2 coats. For the one that I made earlier, I only used 1 coat and they still came out really good. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this. Just gonna find a few that need a few little touch-ups. Sometimes the wood shows through because of the paintbrush strokes. So I'm just gonna fill those in with the second coat. And like I said, the paint that I have on the popsicle sticks dry fairly quickly, but you want to make sure that yours dry completely because soon you'll have to flip them over so we can hot glue them. But majority of mine are dry. So I'm going to begin flipping the ones that look like they're dry over, keeping the same pattern that I did. There's just a few that need to keep drying. Now that the rest of my sticks have dried, I'm gonna flip them over and push them closer together. Like so. And you wanna make sure that they're all at the same height, just so it kind of looks like a perfect square. Then I'm going to take 2 more popsicle sticks and I cut off some of the ends so it wouldn't show on the outside of the palette, but if you want to leave that on there, you can. So I'm going to glue those 2 sticks down. So my sticks right now, my painted popsicle sticks are laying vertically. So now I'm going to take my 2 that I cut and lay them down horizontally over the top and bottom of the popsicle sticks, so that they stick together. So now I have a palette that looks like so. The next thing you want to do is take your napkin. I'm just going to fold mine over. You want to take this shamrock that you have, and on the one that I made earlier, I put it in the corner, but you can put it anywhere you want. So I'm going to put mine in the middle this time. And you can take a marker to trace the outline, or you could use a pencil. I'm just going to use a marker. And you want to trace that outline because soon you're going to be painting that outline. My marker does not seem to want to work. This paint is like, so my marker wasn't working, so I went and grabbed a pencil, but I'm just going to trace the outline of my shamrock that I have. And the way that I got the outline of the shamrock was by taking a blank piece of paper, and then I searched up a shamrock outline on an iPad, traced it on the iPad, and then cut it out. But if you have a printer at home, you can print one out. You can make it as big or as small as you want it to, I'm sorry. But I'm going to trace it. So now, hopefully you can see it, I have an outline of a shamrock on there. So now I'm going to take some white paint and a white paintbrush, and I'm going to paint inside the outline of this shamrock. So now I have my second coat on there. And now you can either take like a gold marker, or if you don't have a gold marker, you could just take a regular black marker, or whatever color you'd like, and you could trace around what you just painted so it would pop even more. So I just have a black Sharpie because I couldn't find a gold one. And I'm going to trace around my shamrock that I just painted. Like that. So now you can either stop here, or if you want, you could take some string and hot glue it to the back so you can hang it up. And that was this week's Art with Alisia. Have fun creating your cute Shamrock palettes, and don't forget to upload it to our virtual club hub. Bye!